Hello and welcome to another episode of Ask a Grimm. January is a month of all time. Anyways, questions. Let's get to them. And ASD asks, have you played the Sexy Brutal? Worst fire-type Pokemon? Which Star Trek series/movies have you seen? Worst cat character, either anthro or animal? And silliest moments in 2024 from anime. I haven't played the Sexy Brutal, but it does look interesting from the description at least. Kind of reminds me a bit of Danganronpa, actually. Worst fire type is probably Torkoal, but that's only really because, its typing is just base fire when they could have, made it fire water or something. Could have given us Beta Volcanion, basically. As for Star Trek, I haven't seen any of the series or movies. It looks interesting, though. As for worst cat character, Kath from Seven Deadly Sins. This was fucking stupid, especially near the end. It's like, what the fuck is this nonsense? Come the fuck on. Then again, there's a lot of things wrong with Seven Deadly Sins, so I'm not gonna go down the list, it'd be way too long.
You want a list? Because I have a list. 15 years in the making.
And as for silliest anime moments, I haven't really seen a lot of anime that was released in 2024, so unfortunately I can't really answer that. Darth Deathkiller09 asks, have you seen Mars Girl's 11-hour The Entire Vic Mignogna story, the face of anime's dumbest culture war? If so, how bad is it? And any thoughts on Mr. Mediker?
Mustard, flip, yes!
Yes, I've seen the video, and oh my god, it is so bad. It is poorly paced, a lot of it is just reading fucking tweets, the fuck? And it's not like there's not some nuggets of good shit here, like Funimation covered up for Vic's actions, that's fucked up. But did it need to be an 11-hour video? Not with this piss poor pacing and structure, no. As for Mr. Mediker, I like a lot of his content. I don't watch a lot of it nowadays because, well, a lot of it's just streams. But, I liked his content back in the day. Hopefully he's doing okay or is improving in health because last I checked he had a cancer diagnosis / going through cancer, so hopefully he pulls through. PrincessFanLady asks, have you seen Ellis Mark's video about South Park and the Warner Brothers lawsuit, and any thoughts on Popeye being public domain? I've seen the newest video on Ellis Mark, and yeah, that whole situation is just a goddamn shit show. Streaming rights, just what the fuck? That's a mess. As for Popeye being public domain, I didn't really care much for Popeye, but I mean, hey, if it gets used for good things, then that's fine with me. The punchline is some people are probably using it to make a horror movie. CaptainFlamingoFan asks, have you seen Matt Walsh's video on Sonic 3, and have you heard about the Minecraft 2 announcement? I haven't seen the video, but I know of its existence, and the main reason I'm not watching it is just because I don't want to lose brain cells. As for Minecraft 2, yeah, I'm aware of it, just... okay, there, Notch. It's probably gonna blow up in your fucking face, but sure, I guess you could theoretically do that. Voice crack aside, ANGRYCOWBOY asks, have you heard that Honey, the sponsor, was a scumbag and Markiplier was right about it for almost 5 years? Favorite movies of 2024? Any thoughts on Josh Scorcher's top 10 2024 fails? Are you aware that the Paris 2024 Olympics Committee cutting ties with both Nintendo and Sega, canceling the Mario and Sonic Olympics series, and is the Knuckles show terrible? I've heard about the lawsuit / Honey being a scumbag, and I can't even be surprised. Just, what the of course it fucking is. Of course it is. I can't even be surprised at this point. Just fucking Christ. The bar is so low in disappointment, but it just keeps finding a way to get lowered. Anyways. Favorite movies in 2024? I would say The Wild Robot. That's probably a spoiler for the 2025 media video, but I saw it recently and that was fun. I liked it. As for Josh's top 10 2024 fails, a couple entries I didn't really agree with, but it's fine. As for the Olympics situation, oh yeah, I'm aware, just what a terrible fucking investment on their end. Oh yeah, let's invest in NFTs. What do you mean it went out of style? Fuck. Well, hey, maybe we'll use AI. What do you mean that's already going out of style? Anyways, holy fuck, just so tone deaf with that fucking corporation. Anyways. As for the Knuckles show, I haven't seen it, so I can't really comment on it. Xans Priness asks, have you seen Silvery's video on Super Mario Wiki? Any thoughts on Jimmy Davis? And have you played the Diamond and Pearl remakes? I've seen Silvery's video. It was basically just a case of oh, did you know that this wiki is full of shit and sometimes lies to you? Yeah, it's a fan-made wiki. It tends to do that. It's like saying water is wet, but I've seen the video. I do find the joke funny. At the end, it's oh, you owe me $20 for lying to me. Okay, that was funny. But yeah, no, a lot of it is just oh, it lies. I'm like, yeah, it's a fan wiki. Of course it is. Like, there's barely any citations or, like, moderation on the shit. I liked some of Jimmy Davis's older works. I haven't seen some of his newer stuff, but I like his content. As for, well, in this case, BDSP, I have played it. Hated it. I don't know how, but they managed to make the original game just somehow worse by inventing even more problems. I don't know how the fuck you do it. Just, holy shit. It's bad. Nico Cypher 1 asks, have you seen Dark Matter's Why I Stopped Being Anti-Woke video? Have you listened to Despacito by Louis Fonsi? Any thoughts on Angry Beavers and least favorite Skyrim quest? I've seen it and, oh boy, just, what the fuck. As for Despacito, yep, I've seen that. Angry Beavers I've never seen, and least favorite Skyrim quest, I think it'd be the quest to go and retrieve Parthenax, like, talk to his ass, basically. Like, that shit was just annoying. AJustice90 asks, have you seen any of Anthony Gramgulia's content? I think I pronounced that right. Favorite Jolie Wheeler duel? Thoughts on Astrobot winning Game of the Year? Do you think Stolas and the drama he brings is doing more harm than good to Hell of a Boss? And is Charlie and Vaggie a good couple to you? So, Anthony's content, I'm aware of. It is hit or miss a lot of the times. Like, sometimes he can do a good video, like, whenever he talks about Lily Orchard. Other times, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, like with Channel Awesome ruining media literacy.
What are you fucking talking about? Fuck.
Favorite Joey Wheeler duel? Yugi versus Joey from Duelist Kingdom. That is just peak. Like, that shit's good. As for Astrobot, hey, I'm cool with it. Like, the game looked really fun. Okay, Hell of a Boss I've never seen, but I'm aware partially of the drama that Stolas has, and yeah, I think it's starting to do more harm than good. Charlie and Vaggie. So, pilot, yes. I can't comment much on the show, though, because I haven't seen it. Still need to watch it, though. SillyMan asks, do you think that with the utter/awful stuff that has happened/will happen, people will actually learn anything in the next US election? What exactly did Umbrus lie about that you alluded to in a previous Ask video? Have you heard about Nezzy Monster's reaction to being called out for his involvement in the FCK? Have you heard about the ludicrous maintenance requirements for ChatGPT and the other controversies regarding AI? And do you think Kumo can come back after the stuff he pulled last year? Honestly, no, I don't think that people are going to learn a goddamn thing. Like, people saw Trump's whole thing from his stint during 2016 to 2020, and they thought, hey, let's re-elect him. And now they're starting to reap what they fucking sow. I feel so bad for Americans right now. What exactly did Umbrus lie about? Oh, I think at this point the easier question is, what didn't she lie about? So, I'll go with the biggest one, because there was just a whole litany of them, but one of the things that she was saying was she got shat on for venting to a 17-year-old. But what Livy forgot to mention is this tiny little issue that she downplayed grooming to other people and lied about the actions of said groomer. It's just so frustrating, because it's like, Liv, you say you're smarter than this. What the fuck are you doing? There's also the shit like her stirring the pot intentionally. She lied about a lot of events. She was constantly shit-talking people behind their backs. Just fuck. As for Nezzy's reaction, yeah, I'm aware and just... I'm not a fan of how Nezzy has handled that situation. As for the ludicrous requirements, yep. Apparently they're not even making much money off their $200 a month plan. It's like... what the fuck are you doing, ChatGPT and OpenAI? Just, Jesus Christ. And as for Kumo, I think so. He certainly didn't pull like a jar or anything. So I think he can come back, but he's got a lot of cleaning up to do if he does. SSJSora asks, regarding Jello's video on One Piece, are you aware of the tweet of Jello's Discord that threatened Oda for sexualizing minors, and have you seen Terminator Zero? I'm aware of some of the statements that Jello has made in regards to Oda from the Discord, and not fucking cool. Just gonna say that. As for Terminator Zero, heard about it, never watched it. My only knowledge of Terminator is just the first movie. I still need to see the rest. CaptainSmartiyePants asks, any thoughts on Nintendo Switch 2 announcement? What do you think of lessons in meme culture? Have you seen Matt Walsh's video on the Sonic 3 movie? Which is worse, Sonic 06 or Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric? Is Shadow the Hedgehog really that bad? What do you think of Dreams I'm Sorry But Not to Tom Ewan? I probably mispronounced that, my bad. Have you seen Glitch's Knights of Guinevere teaser? Oh, so I can say that correctly, but I can't say the username. I don't know, I'm a dumbass sometimes, sorry. Is Sonic Boom, Sonic City, really that good? And have you seen Bowie Hunter's videos on, yeah? I think the Nintendo Switch 2 announcement looks fine. I'm interested to see what kind of specs we're going to get when the April Direct hits. But, yeah, I think it looks solid. Like, I know some people complain about the name, but it's like, wasn't one of the most best-selling consoles of all time just literally PlayStation but put a 2 in front of it? Like, it can work. I guess there was also people saying, like, oh, really? The best they can do is, like, PS4 graphics? And I'm like, guys, you're counting grains of sand at this point in fucking graphics. So it's like, why does it matter? Not to mention it's like, what was it, 2018 or the like? Games like Spider-Man and Red Dead 2 were coming out. Like, did y'all forget how gorgeous those games looked? If we can have shit like that on the Switch too, I think we're going to be perfectly fine. As long as I can pull it off. And besides, we're already reached that point of diminishing returns for consoles anyways. So it's like, Nintendo does what they do best, being practical about this kind of shit. Lessons in meme culture is fine. Not exactly my cup of tea, but some of their videos are alright. Matt Walsh's video, I've addressed already. I'm not watching it because I like my brain cells, but I'm aware of its existence. As for which is worse, Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, I'm gonna say, just because, like, 06 was a case of it being heavily rushed, but there's some stuff that can be salvaged from it, like the music. Boom Rise of Lyric was just a shit fire that has nothing really redeeming about it except the show, but it has nothing to do with the game, sort of. As for Shadow being really that bad, not really, but I'll get more into that later in the year because I'm going to be covering the GameCube for Mounting Presents. So I'll be addressing, or at least giving short little reviews of all the games that I've owned for the console, which is a decent amount. We'll get to that though. As for Dream's video, it's a mess, but it exists. As for Glitch's teaser, yeah, I've seen it and it looks alright. Hopefully they stick the landing. Sonic Boom from CD is fine. I wouldn't say it's really that good, but that's just me. But I think it works fine. As for Bowie Hunter's videos, I've seen some of them. They exist. Like, not really a whole lot to say on them, unfortunately. Elenh Karakiou, sorry if I mispronounced that, asks, any thoughts on Alistair Hakon's The Dangerous World of Fan Films video? Are you aware that the US government is suing Genshin Impact? Have you seen Ponder Sprockets, the fake Studio Ghibli artist, in La Niña Le Farsa video, if so, any thoughts? And have you played The Wolf Among Us? I haven't seen the video on fan films. I may end up watching it when I do my Spite Works video, if I end up actually doing it, because like there's a lot to go over, like Sonic Omens, JJ no Kaizen, stuff like that. But currently, no. As for Genshin, yes. I don't think that's going to go anywhere, but who knows? Weirder things have happened. Ponder's video? Yeah, I've seen it. That's a weird fucking rabbit hole to go down. Just, Jesus Christ, I'm surprised Ponder kept her sanity after that. As for Wolf Among Us, no, I haven't, but it looks really cool, so I'll add that to the backlog. And the final set of comments comes from Atreas licok. Sorry if I mispronounced that. How would you rate all the voices from Sonic from worst to best, and have you seen any Korean series? I'm gonna go with strictly the games here because the cartoons have many different ones, and I haven't seen all of them, so I can't exactly say which ones are my favorite or least favorite, because I've only seen like 1 or 2 of them. But for games, I've definitely heard the voices. So, at the top, or my favorite, Roger Craig Smith. Second is Jason Griffith, and my least favorite is Ryan Drummond. I think Ryan just tries a little too hard to be like Sonic. Jason, I think, meets a decent medium, and Roger Craig Smith has really grown on me over time, so I think that one's been pretty good. As for your second question, no, I haven't, but I am interested in a couple that I've heard about, so currently no, but later down the line, I do want to check some out. And that'll do it for this edition of Ask a Grimm, so thank you all so very much for asking your questions, I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next month for the next edition of Ask a Grimm. If you'd like to see your comments/questions on the next episode, post them in the comments below or in the community tab because YouTube is being YouTube sometimes. Have a great day, everyone.